Welcome to Zerywia. The first first turn. Um, so, last video I started setting up for the tutorial. Svara is in the Hoarfrost, which is a cradle that is in howling streams is a murk. Here's a murk, here's a murk, and these are threat infested areas. Sacred Grove also has a murk. She is here because she drew Yesha's mark, and Yesha's mark has for any hero reroll a merc roll and gain a shield connected to the Dawnstone of your current timer. Current timer is now white, and Svara is also equipped with at the start of your turn you can move into an adjacent forest region. She has Kora, Hope of Dawn, during this and this phase, so these two, disperse the merc in this or an adjacent region, and I think I can do this every time. Then Svara is equipped with Whole Eater's Fang. I don't think this is anything, but during a challenge or I can spend 2 rounds strength icons to add a strength defense to add a strength die roll to the challenge. But I don't have these two yet, so now Quarrel is also for a challenge. You can spend an instinct like so to turn an outcome of an instinct into a red die. So if I have an say I draw an enemy, say I go to Marbent Forest and say I draw a Leshy Fiend. Now the Leshy Fiend, if you draw him on a wilderness region, it gets a bonus. It also has a bonus because of aura. If this region is affected by Merc, you cannot use shields. Now the only things that are affected by Merc are these 4. So that's not really well. Just don't draw this card then. If you roll a black die and it comes out with Merc, you lose 2 instincts, 2 attribute points, unless you can counter them with instinct defense. If you roll a skull like this, you lose 2 strength. So it's a pretty bad card. And if you defeat the enemy by matching these colors, you gain a favor token. The favor token you can spend during a rest action. So that's a bit the idea. Now, what dice can you use? I think you have to pay for each die if you would fight such an enemy. think you would have to pay for them, unless some card gives you a bonus. Now here there's a plus sign. This ally gives you instinct or a will die. So you start with an enemy encounter with at least one black die and a blue die because of Korra. And then this I can't use this, and I can use this. And for the rest, I have to pay for each die, I think. So it's going to be for an enemy such as Leshy Fiend pretty expensive, because Svara starts at 665. She cannot really go over it, and for the 2 red die I would have to pay 2 in attributes, so I'm already losing this, and 1 green then, and I also have a blue that I can use for free because of Korra. So you'd say by paying you can play you can roll 4 dice, but you can't. There is a limit in the rulebook that says you can only roll 3 dice, so I can't use Korra. 665. 665 665. Yeah. So it's not such a good idea to draw an enemy yet. What can we do else? We can rest, or we can just use this action, just disperse the merc in this or an adjacent region. So I go here, I'd say disperse the merc, and it's gone. Simple as that. And then I can move. You can move 1 turn and then do region options. Can I move? Dispersing the merc, does that give anything extra? Dispersing the merc, 30. Okay, dispersing the merc. This is the act of removing a merc from a given region. If a card tells players to disperse the merc, it should be dispersed within the region with the hero resolving the effect. Now, there is a card that specifies this. If the card points to an adjacent region, the adjacency refers to the region dispersing the merc. Merc rifts and additional die. Okay, so for merc you have to add an extra die. That's all. If you leave a region affected by the merc, you must take 1 taint or lose 1 point in any attribute if you are already tainted. To remove a merc token, perform a merc binding ritual. I don't need to do that. The ritual then. Okay, so you gain an offering token if you succeed, but you have to perform the ritual, and I don't perform the ritual because I use Korra, so I don't gain anything, but I do disperse the merc here. Why would I disperse the merc there? It's better to disperse the merc here. Saves me 1 step. So that was the dawn phase. Then I move to the next phase, and I enter this region, and I can select red or blue. So I select red. In the frozen debris, I enter the Cave of Truth. The mountain trail leads you deep down the pass where you spot a hidden cave. Cryptic runes carved at its mouth tempt you to venture deeper. Within, you find an empty chamber with a watchstone radiating white light. And then, if this timer is affected by a dawnstone... Oh yeah, the first turn in the cycle structure was... I forgot this. Rotating the statue of Sventovit. So, I'm rotating the statue of Sventovit. Now, the Sventovit statue has a dawnstone. I'm not sure, but instinct stone. It has a stone, and the stone gives the effect of the associated color gods models. So because the dude is in the star phase, this is in effect. Reroll wheel outcome of the die and gain a shield connected to the dawnstone of your current timer. So as long as he is in this moon timer, you gain the white, and if you gain the white, you gain any. So you gain a shield connected to any of your choice, and this is only for the setup. So this is in effect, it's good for us. Now for the Cave of Truth, this timer is affected by a dawnstone. It is. Sventovit shall reward the paths you've chosen. Heroic, praised, or exalted. But I'm not any of those.